When the noobs think the new Tarmac is a stiff frame just because it's stupidly expensive, and paid reviews said so.
All right, here we have the pussy all over this joint. S-Works. Is this a fake one? I've seen a few forums. People are sharing my videos about the S-Works because I did the squeeze test. Is this fake? People saying, "Oh, it's a fake one." Is this really fake? Wow, it's a pretty good fake, isn't it? Can you even get fake SL7 S-Works? I don't think you can. This is the genuine. This is from Specialized Australia. The box is over here. We'll look at that in a second. First of all, I'm going to do the squeeze test. People say, "Oh, it's fake." Because these bearings are cheap looking and they just feel cheap and nasty, and there's a lot of slop in the bottom bracket. It is here. I mean, a lot of frames are sort of that loose as well. You know, it's bottom bracket bearings. You wouldn't want them that loose if it was a BB30, but that's, you know, it's not too bad. That, you know, it's like, it's probably not the best, but it's also not too bad. You know, you want to have a tighter bottom bracket sealants on that, but you know. But anyway. Generally people who buy an S-Works bike these days, in my opinion, don't ride them very hard. It's more about show and Instagram and Facebook, etc. Let's do the squeeze test, shall we? And just before we do the squeeze test, if you just buy a bike because you like the look of it, that's okay, all right? I'm not here to shame you. As long as you're riding bikes, man, you know, that's the main thing. I'm all for that. But this is a genuine product. This is a genuine product here, okay? This is genuine. Again, you could fake a sticker, though, couldn't you? You could fake a sticker. People say, "Oh, it looks rough inside." Looks pretty normal to me for, you know, oh, look at this, just like, at the top part, it's more fat, and then at the bottom part, it's thin. Let's have a look what they mean by that. So you can zoom in on that. And, okay, that's interesting, isn't it? That's a valid point, but I would say that's just how the layup is. You know, a bit of extra carbon on the top, not as much on the bottom. I'd say that's just the design of how it is. But people say, "Oh, if it's Specialized, it wouldn't have a QR code in the headset. It wouldn't have some random Freemasons Illuminati triangle in there." I don't know what that means, that little blue thing. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's got a GPS Bill Gates chip in there. I don't know. But that looks pretty normal to me for, you know, a carbon bike coming out of China. Oh, it's made in China. All the S-Works are made in China. You know, correct me if I'm wrong. The Made in Taiwan sticker, where is that Made in Taiwan sticker? That refers to painted in Taiwan. You know, the parts, the derailleur hanger assembled in Taiwan, etc. This is handmade in Taiwan, exactly, assembled in Taiwan. These frames are made out of China. Anyone from Specialized can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't like to put out wrong information, but from my industry sources, from Specialized, etc., this is what I've been told firsthand, that these frames, S-Works, etc., are now made in China. Did I say Taiwan? China. Made in China. And you can sort of see that people said, "Oh, the seat clamp is all not flush." That's another reason it's fake. This is not fake, man. This has come from Specialized Australia. And these people out there, they won't apologise and say, "Oh, sorry, doing right, I was wrong." They'll just pretend they never said that. It's okay to be wrong, but if you can't just go around saying people are selling fake stuff, like Specialized Australia don't sell fake frames. This is genuine, legit stuff, man, all right? This came from Specialized Australia. This is imported into Australia from Specialized Australia. It's not fake, it's legit, it's real. Let's do the squeeze test. The stem for it as well. I found the S-Works stem is, looks like it's been engineered okay, not too many sharp edges on it. But I'll probably file that back a bit just for the steerer quality. It does have a little bit of a sharp edge there. Oh, that's a bit sharp in there. I'd file that back a bit, or damage your steerer. Let's talk about this. Got two fingers here. First of all, I just want to say, I use steroids. I use anabolic steroids. So my strength, my testosterone level is about 5 times the average man. So I do have, there's a pussy running in the shot there. I do have very, very strong hands for my weight. I'm 80 kilos, incredibly strong. And you can sort of see, can you see that pulsing and flexing in there? Try and get the camera angle so you can sort of see that bulging. Yeah, you can see that now. Can you see that?
Yeah.
You can see the light there. I mean, I don't want to press it too hard because I don't want to crack the frame. I don't want to crack the paint. Actually, did I damage it then? I think it's all right. But I'll just give it a bit more of a squeeze. But I sort of feel that I could crack through that. Potentially, maybe. If I don't want to do it too hard, because, you know, I feel like I could definitely... That carbon feels very, very soft, okay? That's, you know, that's that frame anyway. Let's do another SL7 S-Works frame and see if it's that soft. The next SL7, this is a wind space. Also came out of China, Xiamen, China. Bit of a cat fight at the start there. And we've got cats all over this channel. These are feral cats that are born in the backyard. So I'll give this one a squeeze. There's like, not much really. A little bit, I mean, it's very, very minimal. It's very minimal. And ironically, this frame and the Tarmac SL7, the blue one, exact same weight. This is stronger and stiffer because it's got more carbon in it. It's the same weight because it doesn't have paint. To make it a painted frame this light, you've got to compromise the carbon, make it, you know, softer. So this is it's very, very stiff in here. You'll find the old Specialized Tarmacs also the same as this, very, very stiff. Very, very stiff. SL756 from Specialized Australia, genuine product. And this is the bike we're using to do some tests. And let's see how much flex we can get. Oof. This one even flex more, you reckon? Well, maybe it's the colour of the paint. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Now, this one actually feels softer. Damn. I really feel like I could crack this with a bit of roid rage. So I'm not going to get too hard because I'm trying to sell this bike. I don't want to damage it for someone else, but that carbon feels very, very soft. This, for me, is why these frames feel so noodly. And someone says, oh, but Julian Alaphilippe, he rides this. And I'm like, I don't think he rides stock. I suspect that he gets a special carbon layup from Specialized. Most pro riders have custom shoes, and many big-name pro riders have custom frames because they want something a bit stiffer, all right? So... And that's not just Specialized, that's Cannondale, it's Trek, it's Giant. Other brands in the past have given their top riders a special custom setup, okay? So there you go, there's a cat fight right now. That's the deal. And you can listen to it as well. All right? This is going to crack really, really easy if you have a little crash, in my opinion. And it's so flexy. You can push power through this bike, but you're losing power. And this chainstay is 410. This is why the SL7 is so unresponsive and flexy compared to the SL6, etc., which has a 405 chainstay length, 405 millimeter, 40.5. This is a 41 centimeter long flexy chainstay on the disc because they got up to the disc brakes. So it's a gravel bike. It's great for gravel, but it's very unresponsive compared to the rim brake SL6 1s, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. rim brake. So just let you know there, that's the deal. And this doesn't compress. This is very, very strong through here. But in the down tube, you hear it. Stiffer through here, but it's just so flexy when you're sprinting. It's just, yeah. You can still push power. Someone's like, oh, I did 1900 watts on mine. You can still push power through this, but you're losing power from the flex, and it won't be as responsive. It won't feel as good. You lose power. You put your power goes in the bottom bracket. On your numbers on your Garmin, Brighton. But you're losing power for this whole rear end here. It's just, the power's just dissipating compared to if you had an SL6 rim brake model with a short chainstay, more responsive. It's going to be stiffer because it's more compact. You get more power to the rear wheel, to the ground. This is what matters. When the rubber meets the road, that's what matters down here. This is what matters. On the power through the power meter, it doesn't matter because if you lose it through the rear wheel, from flexor wheels, disc brakes, all that stuff, rubbing rotors, you're losing power. It's dissipating. This point here, where the rubber meets the road, that's what matters. But a lot of noobs don't know that. They say durianrider's wrong, his bikes are fake, these are legit. If you don't believe me, email Specialized Australia, email Specialized US and say, is this a fake Tarmac SL7 or is this legit? There you go. Ask them. Don't believe me, ask Specialized Authority. Old Giant TCR here, $100 frame set, $100, man. I'll be lucky to get $50 for this frame and fork these days. Bought it for 100 because I like it. No compression there at all, just so stiff. This is a super stiff frame. We've got a 405 rear chainstay there. 405, super stiff. That 5 millimeters makes a big difference. And it's just so stiff. $100, man. But people wouldn't be, you put this on Instagram, no one's going to give you kudos except for experienced riders who know how good these perform. But this Giant TCR from 2004 outperforms the SL7 in every category. It's more aero, skinnier tubes, it just goes better, it's lighter once it's built up, and it's stiffer, much, much stiffer, more responsive rear end, easier to service fork, front end, etc. and with rim brakes, Shimano Dura-Ace, it stops just as good with good quality pads and skills to pay the bills. But end of the day, get out there and ride. I'm just making some comments videos, some reviews. Take it as it is. Don't shoot the messenger. Understand the message, and we'll see you on the road. If you are using anabolic steroids, you're going to find these frames might be a bit too flexy for you. I'm not saying you should use steroids. I'm just saying, you know, this is my reality. Performance enhancing drugs mean that you put a lot more power through a bike. So for the average person, stock is probably going to be fine. But for someone like myself who's on performance enhancing drugs, I do prefer like stiffer sort of product. What we see on offering here, these cats are going full natty bra today. But yeah, so there you go. So you just got to cater for what sort of riding you want to do. You know, do you want to have a high maintenance bike, it costs a lot of money to maintain, or just want something that's, you know, like very basic to use, like standard headsets, or do you want to deal with proprietary crap, like from the Specialized SL7, which is going to cut into your hydro lines and cause crashes potentially because you've got an air bubble in your line, because now your hydro lines are worn in because your silly designed S-Works SL7 split ring thing here is going to cut your cables. I mean, so what are you looking for in a bike? You know, you're looking for something that's going to last you, or for something with cheap, thin, shitty bearings that are going to chew out real quick. You know, what do you want? Do you want a bike that has the cables that go through here, and you have to fang around with that and worry about you losing your brake front power because it's, again, this could cut into your cables? Or you get a proprietary fork. You know, actually this one's not. It is proprietary, wouldn't it? Because it's got the big OD on the bottom. You know, like proprietary forks, man, they absolutely suck. They absolutely suck. But the paint's beautiful. Paint's very, very nice. Shame. Imagine a rim brake option in this. Specialized. Make a rim brake SL7, BSA rim brakes, you know, non-proprietary seat posts, BSA bottom bracket, like an SL2, an SL3, whatever. These cats, well, wouldn't that be great? But no, it's not going to happen, unfortunately. We have 3 forks here. We're going to weigh them up, and this is a disc fork. This is a Specialized S-Works Tarmac SL7 with the cutout. I don't think that's a really good idea, but anyway, I think we're going to see recalls in these forks. We'll just weigh this. This is uncut, by the way. So 390 uncut, which for me is a bit too light, in my opinion, for disc brakes. I think it's going to cause issues. I think we're going to see failures and recalls. Here is a classic fork, very strong fork, Easton EC90. Soft Lapierre is uncut, so this is cut, and we see 390. So we see that I think the Specialized is lacking a bit of carbon fibre, extra strength. We've got a Windspace SLC fork here. Just weigh that, and 390, and that's cut. All right, so you can see the difference there. You got forks for 56mm frame cut.